back again with some more college
football.
College football, NCAA football.
We are recapping week 6.
Yeah.
And looking ahead to week 7.
Picks for week 7. Man, we are already up to week 7, man. Football just flying by.
Yeah, it's almost halfway through the season already.
I think actually you have so much fun with it that it seems like it goes by so quick. But we'll jump right on it. Let's do a little recap of week 6. We're not going to do these in order. We'll just slide down through the slate. On the top, we had Utah at LSU. And LSU...
Utah State.
Yeah, Utah State. Yeah, 42-6. They hammered them like they were state instead of Utah.
Well, Joe Burrow continues to prove his breakout final season since he's a senior.
Yeah, it seems like every week they set the SEC scoring record for the year so far.
Joe versus Tua in the SEC for best quarterback.
That game, I am waiting for that game. But that was fantastic. Yeah,
I just don't want it to be disappointing though down the road. I just don't want it to be disappointing. I want a duel.
Yeah, a 45-42, just hammered out. Good time duel.
But Joe Burrow is having a fantastic season.
He is having a fantastic season. Yeah, I said the upcoming NFL draft is going to be interesting. It's going to be really something.
There's going to be a buttload of quarterbacks
between Hua and Hurts and Joe Burrow, and there's more of them. It's going to be fantastic. But we'll go ahead and jump ahead. We had Oklahoma at Kansas.
Jalen Hurts, just Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, Kansas started out just being a little stubborn, but Kansas ended up beating them 45-20.
Too much talent on the offense.
Too much talent. Yeah, they were at Kansas, so that helped them a little bit. We had Kent State at Washington. Shut out. 48.
Shut out.
48 to hurt. So I think Wisconsin covered the spread on that one.
Oh, Wisconsin. On Wisconsin. Wisconsin's defense.
It's for real. They are. And how about the running back Taylor?
He's a Heisman candidate.
He's a Heisman candidate. He runs for 200 yards a game.
He is the best running back in the country right now.
Bar none, he is, yeah. We had Purdue at Penn State. I thought that Purdue would give them a little bit more of a game. But
Penn State was just the superior team.
Yeah, Penn State won 35-7, won by 28. And again, it's going to be interesting to see Penn State and Ohio State and Wisconsin and those teams play each other. It's going to be interesting down the stretch there. We had a ugly game, speaking of Big Ten football, with number 14 Iowa took on number 19 Michigan. Guess who ain't number 14 anymore? Iowa, because they lost.
The defense of Michigan.
That's horrible.
Yeah, that's ugly game
10
from start to finish.
10-3. I think the Astros won yesterday 10-3. I mean, that's a baseball score. 10-3. That's horrible.
Oh, Iowa, where have you went?
Mm-hmm. My surprise game of the week: Auburn at Florida.
I did not think that result would happen.
No, I didn't think that Florida had enough to beat Auburn. But again, you never know which Auburn's going to show up.
The Florida's defensive line showed up from the start of the game,
and Auburn didn't.
And Auburn did not.
It was a 20,
open up the mystery box again.
24-13. Auburn's on a bye week this week. They're
very well timed.
They dropped down to number 12, but it would be maybe they should have had their bye before Florida, so they could have prepared for it because they looked ugly going in it. We had another skunker, Bowling Green at Notre Dame, 52 to.
And Notre Dame just flexing their shamrocks all over Bowling Green.
Yeah, that was not quite even a game. That was just come pick up your check and get your butt kicked and go back home. We had number 11 Texas at the pesky West Virginia. It was
competitive from the first half, but Texas
pulled away in the fourth quarter. But it was 42-31, and it was closer than that really. So it was actually a really good game. It was at West Virginia. Didn't West Virginia beat Texas last year?
Last year, I think.
So yeah, I mean, I think West Virginia thought they could again, and they played like they could. It was a good game. We had Georgia kicking the crap out of Tennessee. It was actually 26-14 at halftime.
Well, it was
Tennessee
surmountable.
Tennessee
for one quarter.
That freshman quarterback Maher, he doesn't look too bad.
For one quarter, they
were up 14-13.
14-13
until late in the second half.
Talent disparity at the end of the day.
Yeah, Georgia's defense just looked good. It just looked good at the end. So Georgia took care of that pretty easy. We had number 4 Ohio State taking on Michigan State. handled them pretty good. We didn't think Michigan State could really hang with Ohio
no.
State.
Here come the media outlets and the fans and everybody praising Ohio State like they're the second coming.
Hey, Ohio State's the number 1 team in the country. You got to recognize that, okay? And right behind him is University of Central Florida, to win that 4th championship. We had number 13 Oregon taking on Cal. That was a little bit of a pesky game too, 17-7. Wasn't the high scoring game that you normally get out of the
Oregon's
pack.
talent pulled away from them at the last minute.
They did, yeah. And then we did have an upset.
Ooh, what is it?
Number 15 Washington is not number 15 anymore. Stanford, who has looked pretty bad so far this year, beat them 23-13.
Now I'm wondering what the heck happened to Washington. Remember a few years ago they were in the college football playoff?
Well, they had a quarterback back then too. Do you remember his name?
Jake Browning.
Yeah, he's not there anymore. So
He's not there anymore.
He's not there anymore. But anyways, that is a recap of Week 6. So we'll go ahead and jump into a little pre
of Week 7.
Of Week 7, yeah. And we do have a couple teams on bye this week, so we'll go ahead and shoot those out to you. Number 3, 4, whatever you want to call it. I hate it when you have ties. They've got 3 Ohio State and 3 Georgia.
They couldn't decide
which one was which. But Ohio State is on a bye this week, and just like we mentioned earlier, Auburn, who is now number 12, was number 7, now number 12. Their bye week came after when they needed it.
They needed it in Gainesville.
So we got number 3 Ohio State and number 12 Auburn on a bye this week. But the new number 1, I don't guess they're new number 1. They're always number 1. Alabama. Alabama is taking on a ranked team this week. They're at Texas A&M.
That's not going to be much of a contest.
No.
I mean, for what Texas A&M has looked like
they've looked a little lackluster. I think, it is tough to go play there. That is a very tough environment to go play, no matter.
But Alabama finds ways.
Nah, I think it's a 17 to 20 point game. I think it might be close even at halftime, but then Alabama's going to just 2 of them to pieces. So yeah, that was going to be pretty ugly. And same goes for the mighty Florida State going to number 2 Clemson.
That is going to be a disaster.
That's going to be It's the spread on is 27, and it probably will be 27.
What is the difference between Willie Taggart and Dabo Swinney?
Dabo Swinney can coach. Yeah, that's pretty bad. I even saw one. There was some like 4-year-old kid or something had a lemonade stand out trying to raise money to buy out Taggart's contract. That's pretty bad. That's pretty bad. We're not going to just beat on somebody. Oh, that was pretty fun though. Number 3 Ohio State, like I said, it's not playing. So we'll go to number 3 Georgia. Still hate that. South Carolina is going to Georgia. Man, there's going
to be some burnt chicken today.
There's going to be some burnt
chicken.
That's at least a 3 touchdown game there too.
Anyone want some fresh chicken?
Fresh chicken. There's going to be some fresh chicken, all right. Nuggets all over the field. Gosh. And then we have what turned out to might be the game of the week. Number 7 Florida. Florida beating
Auburn at home.
Jumped up to the Auburn spot, number 7.
But they've got a tough game.
You're going to LSU.
In a rivalry game.
At night.
That is going to be wreaking havoc right there. Going to be colored purple and gold.
I'm going solid LSU here. I think it's a 14+ game.
You're going LSU blowout?
LSU 14 points or more.
You're going LSU blowout.
I think that Florida has overachieved almost every game they've played. They looked, I ain't gonna take it. They looked pretty solid against Auburn. That the backup quarterback looks 10 times better than Franks did. He looks
Trask.
He actually looks decent. So I give Florida a puncher's chance. It's not going to be 52-10, but it is going to be 34-20. You know what I'm saying? It might even be 41-23. But you know what I'm saying? They're not going to slaughter them, but they're going to beat the crap out of them pretty good. But that takes care of number 5 and number 7.
Number 6.
So we actually have now. This is another big game of the week: the Red River Rivalry. It's hard to say that.
Which the Fox announcers
calls it the showdown. What the Red River Showdown? We got number 6 Oklahoma at number 11 Texas. Again, I'm taking Oklahoma. Oklahoma's with the Hurts in there. just a little bit
That's
too much
just-
for them. West Virginia showed some weaknesses of Texas. Oklahoma will jump all over that. I think that's a 14-point game too, man. I'm sorry. But
Oh
I think-
yeah, well they're gonna have to look for some more revenge after their last defeat. Other than Alabama last year, it was Texas.
It was Texas, yeah. But Texas had just come off the loss last year against West Virginia, and that was their bounce back game. This year they beat West Virginia.
So they're probably gonna have like a downhill game.
Plus, you want to know what Oklahoma couldn't do last year?
What?
Put Jalen Hurts on the field. This year they can. So I think
Sure, you had Baker Mayfield, you had Kyler Murray, but Jalen
you know,
Hurts.
ain't got Jalen Hurts throwing 450 yards a game and 5 touchdowns. So I
This
think
is the year of the quarterback.
I'm going to take me a little Oklahoma in that one, yeah. Again, we said number 7 is playing, so we can't go to number 7. We already called them out, so we'll jump to number 8, Wisconsin. They've got Michigan State this year. Poor Michigan State, man. They're playing 2 ranked.
They're stuck. Well, their
Two
offense is
highly ranked
basically
teams back to
stuck
back.
in a funk, if
Yeah.
you know what I mean. Just stuck in the rut.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to take Wisconsin in that one, too. Maybe not huge, but I say 10-plus points that Wisconsin wins that one. They're in Wisconsin.
On Wisconsin,
On
then?
Wisconsin. We'll jump to number 9. We got USC at Notre Dame.
It's a rivalry game.
Yeah, USC and Notre Dame is a rivalry. USC always gives them a
tough competition.
And USC doesn't stink this year.
They're
not fantastic.
They're not good, but they're not bad either.
They're 3-2. They got a winning record, so they're actually only one game worse than Notre Dame. Notre Dame's 4-1. They're 3-2. So
To be fair, Notre Dame has a better loss than USC does.
yeah, I still think Notre Dame wins by double digits. I think it's again a 10-point plus game, but I'm not going. But
I also heard
it's not gonna be a
USC's
blowout.
coach was on the hot seat this time around.
Oh yeah. Well, you
Especially
sort of
with
have
the
to be.
prestige of a program as USC.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And funny, but this game, you have a number 10 taking on a number 17, and it's taking back seat to a bunch of stuff. Of course, there's so many other big games out there. But you got Penn State at Iowa. Iowa coming off the loss. This is going to be an intriguing game. Iowa coming off a loss
At home.
Against Penn State.
A famous trap stadium.
That is a trap game for Penn State if there ever was one. The line's only 3. I mean, think about it. Penn State, as much as they've dominated, the line's 3. So basically, they're saying this is a pick'em game.
Dude, who do you pick at the end of the day?
Do you feel a little upset?
I want to stick with that Hawkeye magic they have at home.
I think we're going to pick a little upset here. We're going to pick Iowa to.
Besides, this is James Franklin. He
to knock
doesn't
it
win
out.
against.
Hey, big game, James.
He
Big
doesn't
game,
win
James.
against ranked teams.
Well, not just that. I think this is a classic trap game. A good team coming off of a loss, a strong team coming off of a loss at home.
Against a
another
strong
team
team
coming in. Yeah, I
That
think
has all the momentum.
our upset of the week is Iowa taking out Penn State. All right, that is number 10. Number 11, we've already talked about because that's Texas taking on Oklahoma. Number 12 we said was on a bye. That would be Auburn.
Number 13.
So we jump right in to number 13, who is Oregon.
Oh yes,
And
why
they are
haven't they
playing.
moved up?
I don't know. They've only got that one loss against Auburn, and they were leading in it. I don't know. I guess they're going to have to prove themselves. They're playing Colorado this week. They will beat the living crap out of Colorado. That's a 3-touchdown game. But
Colorado.
Again, Oregon doesn't get the fanfare, but I think if they keep on winning, that they will.
Especially if you finish with like a one-loss Pac-12 champion, which is very unlikely these past few years.
Yeah. And we have a new unbeaten team to creep into the top 15.
The Smurfs.
Smurf Turf.
The Broncos of Boise
Boise State has jumped in.
A very good program, a very sound program over the several years.
Yeah, the famous Statue of Liberty play. I mean, that'll go down in history, beating Oklahoma in the bowl game. They've got Hawaii coming in this week.
I don't think that's a trap game at all. I think
they win
the
by double
Broncos are going to
digits.
wear those grass skirts with pride.
I think it's a double-digit game. Yeah. And last but not least, we got. I talked about Utah the other day. Utah has crept up into the top 15 now, and they're going to be at Oregon State. Oregon State's pretty bad this year. They're not the mighty
No.
Beavers. They're pretty bad.
They're not.
right now,
No.
yeah.
So we're just gonna pick the Utes.
We're going to pick the Utes in that one. Yeah, I think that's probably another double-digit game. So, but that's it. That's our recap of the last week's top 15 and our picks for this week's top 15. Be sure and tell us what you think. Tell us if
Send
we
a
sound
thought
crazy.
down below of what you think.
Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button.
Hit the groovy baby button.
Share us with your friends.
Spread the love.
Over here's the groovy baby button. Over here somewhere.
Somewhere on my head.
Yeah, somewhere. And we'll see you next week for a little more football.
See ya next week.